Hi my crafting bunnies, it's Mio, and today I have a needle felt tutorial for you. This little panda came in a kit of making 3 characters, and I decided to show you how to make this cute little panda. I know it's been a while since I've done a needle felting tutorial, so hopefully this video will make up for it. And I really love this craft because this tiny little panda fits in the palm of your hands, and you can use it to decorate other items such as your purse, your backpack, or put it on a headband. The nice thing about making needle felted characters is not only are they very small and easy to create, but they make a tiny little plushie that's very soft and lightweight, so it's perfect to add to any craft that you have. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I created this. For more videos like these, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and do check out my other social media websites such as Instagram and Twitter to get previews of more videos to come. So this is the kit that I used to create my little panda. I bought this kit at my local Japanese store. It's actually a bookstore. You can buy these online, so I'll provide a link below of some place that I can find it for you guys. In addition to this kit, you're going to need a foam board. If you don't have that, you can use a sponge, and you're going to need a felting needle. These needles are not regular sewing needles. They actually have tiny little hooks on the side that you can't really see very well, but it's specially made for needle felting. You can buy a felting needle and a foam board at your local craft store like Hobby Lobby, or you can buy them at your local Japanese store. I bought this one that has 2 needles at Daiso. So if you open the kit, everything is actually in Japanese, and it's okay because there's enough pictures that you can actually follow along. But if you don't want to go through a hassle of trying to figure out what all these instructions say, you can just follow this video and kind of figure out what's going on. So I went ahead and cut out a white piece of felting wool here, and I measured it to be 10 centimeters like it said in the instructions, and I'm going to divide this into 3 even groups just like the instructions told me to. Now if you don't have this crafting kit but you still want to make this little panda, you can just follow the instructions that I've outlaid here. But it's just easier if you have the kit, but if you just have some wool laying around and some needle felting tools, go ahead and just create it along with this video. So with one of the groups, I'm going to roll this into a small little oval, and I want to make sure it's nice and tight. If it's too loose, you're going to needle felt for a very, very long time. Place this on the foam board and take your needle and just start poking it several times. Felting wool is a very special type of wool that has little kinks throughout, and the more times you poke your needle through the wool, it forms little cross links so it holds its shape. So once you kind of have it holding its shape a little bit, place it in another group of white wool, so your second group, and go ahead, roll it in, and needle felt this down as well. You should notice that the more times you poke your needle through the felting wool, the smaller and more condensed or harder your actual object becomes. So if you spend a really, really long time, you'll notice this little project will get smaller and smaller and smaller. In this project, it provides some pictures so you can kind of get an idea of how small this project is supposed to be that you can follow along. So I'm creating the little body here, and I'm just going to continue to needle felt with my felting needle until I get it to the size and shape that I want it to. And so this is what the body looks like. There's nothing really surprising about how I created this. You just kind of poke your needle up until it reshapes the little felting wool into the shape that you desire. If you want to felt something faster, you can always use the little pieces that have more felting needles. So as this one, as you can see, has 2 felting needles instead of 1. And I'm going to go ahead and create the head with the leftover wool that I have. And I'm going ahead and just poke the needle several times, poke in the wool until it gets small enough into the shape that I desire. So as you can see, I now have a head and a body. This whole process took about 20 minutes, so even though the video is very short, it actually took a while to create them. Now the kit should come with some gray wool, and I'm going to use this to create the accessories of the panda, including the eyes, the ears, and I'm also going to shape parts of the body. I'm going to go ahead and fold these into tiny little pieces and very gently, and I would say more slowly, needle felt this into the shape of the ears and the eye patches in the diagram that you see behind my felting little sponge board. This takes a little more time because you want to be careful not to poke your fingers. The smaller the objects are, the easier it is for you to poke your fingers. So as you can see here, I'm going to actually shade the bottom and the top part of the body into a gray color. So all I'm doing is taking a very, very small amount of gray felting wool, and I'm just going to needle felt this down and just shade it in the areas I want. Now as you can tell, felting wool is not perfect, and I can just take my needle and just drag it to where I want to make a perfect line as to where I want the gray parts to start. And that's the nice thing about felting wool, is that it's very, very easy to create things. It doesn't really take much rocket science to figure out how to make things look the way you want it, and if it doesn't look quite right, you can always add more wool and continue to needle felt it down. So once I got one side, I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other side. Like I said earlier, this whole process seems pretty fast, but I would say actually coloring both ends took me probably additional 15 to 20 minutes to get them to both look like this. To attach objects to the body, I'm just taking my felting needle, and you don't need any glue. You can just take the little tail, as you can see I created here, and just insert the needle into both pieces at the same time. They'll form cross links, and the more you poke it into each other, the more they're likely to form more cross links and hold and stick onto each other. So it's very, very easy. You don't need any glue, you don't need any tape or anything like that, and you can do all the same things with all the accessories. So as you can see here, I'm now needle felting the ears, the eyes, and the rest of the accessory pieces onto my panda's face. Once you get all the gray pieces in, I rolled a tiny piece of pink felting wool, and I rolled this into a tiny little ball and put it in the center of the two gray patches to form the panda's nose. Now, one of the things that this kit comes with is some animal eyes, so I'm taking my needle and I'm poking a small little hole where I want the eyes to go, and you can just kind of poke the little animal eyes that come in the kit into the little hole you just created. If you want it to stay there and make sure it doesn't come out, you can always add a little glue and then just glue it onto there. And then all you have to do now is put the head and the body together. Just needle felt the two pieces together. As you can see, I actually put a little bit of wool there so that they can actually form a little more cross links and hold the two pieces together better. But that's pretty much all I did to create this really cute panda. Now, this is optional, but at the very end, you can see there's a small amount of loose needle felted wool poking out. And to make this look very clean and pristine, I'm taking a pair of scissors and I'm just kind of trimming off all the extra wool that's kind of sticking out so it looks very pristine and clean. And that, guys, is how you create this really adorable little tiny plushy needle felted panda bear. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It's really easy, and again, like I said, this cute little character is super cute. It can fit in the palm of your hand. You can give it as a gift or hang it as an accessory item on your backpack, your purse, or display it on your desk. Really, really, really adorable and very, very easy to make. So for more videos like these, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you haven't already. And do check out my other social media websites, such as Twitter and Instagram, to get videos or previews of things that are going to come onto this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I'll be posting a lot more soon. Thanks, bye!